most useful for me. Hi, so today I'm going to share 5 tips that I have found most helpful for my low porosity hair, and hopefully you will too. Number 1, shampoo. Shampoo is your friend if you have low porosity hair. Co-washing, washing your hair with conditioners simply will not do. The nature of low porosity hair is our cuticles are closed, tightly closed, unwilling, difficult, not wanting to let moisture in. Product, therefore, consequential to that, builds up extremely easily on our tresses, on our hair. So the reason why co-washing will not do is because that doesn't strip the products from our hair in order to enable us to fully moisturise to the best of our ability. Therefore, we need shampoo to strip all the products, all the build-ups, so we have a nice clean slate, nothing in the way of restricting the moisture we're going to add to our hair. Even before I knew what low porosity hair was, I worked out extremely quickly, in spite of co-washing being so popular in the natural hair community, that didn't work for me. So please forget the hype, listen to your hair. If you have low porosity hair, I'm very passionate on this, co-washing is just not the one. Wash your hair with shampoo. Now, sulfate shampoos, if you are a co-washing person, that may scare you. If it does, there are shampoos on the market that are sulfate free but will clean your hair more vigorously. So by all means do start there, do start at that point if need be, and then perhaps progress onto sulfate shampoos. All shampoos are not created equally. All sulfate shampoos are not the same. Some are definitely more drying than others. So shop around and see what your hair likes. I would just like to add at this point, with us people who have low porosity hair, we're not all equal. There are various degrees to low porosity hair. So there is a possibility that you are able to co-wash sometimes without horrendous things happening. I'm extremely low porosity hair. With the test you can do where you take a strand, pop it in some warm water. If it floats at the top, you're low porosity because the hair isn't allowing the moisture in. If you're somewhere in the middle, that's normal porosity, and if it sinks to the very bottom very quickly, that is high porosity hair, meaning the cuticles are open, letting all the moisture in. Now, when I done that test, obviously I have low porosity hair, it was at the top. I left that hair in overnight, and when I went to have a look in the morning, that was still backstroking on the top of the water the next day. So yes, I have extremely low porosity, no messing, moisture is not coming in hair. So yes, I think I've spoken about that enough. If you have low porosity hair, you may find it beneficial to shampoo. If you do, let me know, comment down below. Okay, so tip number 2. Number 2, your conditioners. After washing, when you condition your hair, please use a conditioner which is silicone free. No silicones in your conditioner. Why is this important for low porosity hair? What I have found is, with silicone conditioners, the nature of silicone is it coats the hair. It leaves a coat on your hair excuse me, it leaves a coat on your hair which almost gives the appearance or the feel of moisturisation, you could say, because you have that sealant on your hair, effectively a barrier. Now, because we have low porosity hair, after we condition our hair, obviously we're going to be putting our moisturising products in, and with our hair being so stubborn, with washing with our shampoo, we've just stripped our hair of all the build-up, which we need to do. We don't then want our conditioner to then add a barrier to our strands, because that barrier, as well as working with our low porosity hair, preventing moisture in, our moisturisation product, which we are then going to add at the next day, will not be able to penetrate our strands effectively, because what we've done is we've put a silicone barrier on our hair at that stage before we add our moisturisation products, creating a barrier to the penetration of said moisturisation product. So again, please, with your conditioners at this stage, do make sure they are silicone free. That's really helped with my hair. Okay, so whilst we're on hair washing, point number 3, warm water. Warm, 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 warm. So I'm sure many of you know, warm water opens up our hair cuticles, cold water closes our hair cuticles. So naturally we want to wash our hair in warm water. I think there are some low porosity persons that perhaps use a cold burst of water at the end. I wouldn't find that helpful at all. With my low porosity hair, the window of my cuticles being open is a small window for me. So I've got a very small window, a very small time to get the moisturisation in. Trust me, my cuticles are going to close. They're not going to stay open for very long. I really don't need the aid of any cold water at any time. Aid was the wrong word because it wouldn't aid me. I'm just not helping the situation. So if you are low porosity, at no point do you need to mess with cold water in your hair, which is lovely. Who likes cold water in their hair? So keep it warm at all times. Okay, point number 4. Are you protein sensitive? Do you know? To be honest with you, if you don't know, you probably aren't. So this might not really be anything to worry about. It took me some time to work out I was protein sensitive for various reasons, one being that I spent my first year natural doing wash and goes, which by the nature of the products I was using were protein free, so I didn't have any problems there. When I came onto my second year, I started experimenting with products more and my hair just went wild. I couldn't really work out why. It took me some time to realise I was protein sensitive. My hair reacts very aggressively. Excuse me. My hair reacts very aggressively to protein. It gets extremely, extremely dry. So obviously if you're low porosity, you don't want to then be using protein products. If you're protein sensitive, that will make your hair excessively dry. And the very nature of what we are trying to establish is moisturised hair. Can I just add, it's not synonymous with low porosity hair. There are people who have low porosity hair and are not protein sensitive. I think Layla from Fusion of Colours, beautiful lady over there, she has low porosity hair and I've seen that she uses protein products and her hair is beautiful and luscious and thriving. So it's not a hard and fast rule, but it does tend to be common with those of us with low porosity hair. We can have a sensitivity problem. Some are more protein sensitive than others and are able to use a minimal amount or some products and not others. I can't really use any protein products. So again, it's just taking notice of your hair, seeing how your hair reacts to certain ingredients, certain products. Take notice, listen, thrive, and be beautiful. Okay, number 5. This has been the most useful for me in recent months, you could say. A challenge, if you like. How wet can your hair get? Might sound bizarre, right? But with myself, I've explained how low porosity my hair is, how resistant it is to letting in moisture, letting in water. And I have found over the years, this just sounds odd, that there are different degrees to how wet my hair can get. I really do need to spend time, extended time, in the shower, immersing my head under that water, under the warm water, and spend some time sort of massaging my hair, encouraging the water to enter my strands to get it really, really soaking wet. To get my hair soaking wet takes work and time. And what I have found is when I am able to get my hair to that level of absolute drenching wet, my hair is so much more moisturised afterwards. I put my moisturisation products in my hair when my hair is wet. I would urge you to do that. I do think that's the best way whilst those strands are still open. Sometimes the next day, if need be, I will add a bit more product, specifically on the ends, which tend to be the driest parts of our hair because they're the oldest. After that, to be honest with you, it's almost a pointless task, at least for me, putting any more product on your hair. At this point, obviously my strands are closed, the cuticles are closed, and any product after that point will just sit on your hair. Now, it's not all bad. Sort of working out how to deal with my hair was a headache, I won't lie, but once you have it down, and I'm always learning, I'm continually learning, I still am. This hair keeps teaching me, as I often say, but once my hair is moisturised, it stays moisturised. I don't need to moisturise again at any point during the week. I've got that moisture in, my hair is moisturised, it's happy, it looks good, it's thriving, and it stays that way until I wash again. I wash weekly. So I hope that those tips will be the best for you, or at least helpful for you. They've certainly been the best for me. So until we meet again, ciao for now. I'm a bit better now from my last video. Somewhat. Take care.